Lorna MacKenzie eyed her youngest son arguing with flashing dragon eyes, and wished for once he'd taken more after his late father, Jamie. Her inner dragon snorted.
2 serious male sons would have been much worse. Fergus and Fraser balance each other out.
Fergus and Fraser were Lorna's identical 29-year-old twins.
I'm not so sure about that. Regardless, Fraser does take after Jamie. He's protective.
As she watched her son, Fraser, challenge Ross Anderson, the human male staying with her, Lorna wouldn't disagree with that. Fraser stood tall, his ginger hair glinting in the light.
I think it's time for you to find your own place, Ross. The cancer's gone and you're taking advantage of my mum's hospitality.
Rather than scold her son for assuming what Lorna wanted, her curiosity wanted to see how Ross would respond. Her dragon huffed.
And why is that?
Lorna ignored her beast. The grey-haired, brown-eyed human male took a step toward Fraser, not the least bit intimidated by the dragon man, who was a little more than 35 years his junior.
What I do or who I stay with is none of your concern, lad. If Lorna wanted me to leave, she'd tell me to leave. She's not one to beat around the bush. Watch how you speak about my mum, Ross,
Fraser growled. As the 2 males stared at each other, Fraser's mate and Ross's daughter, Holly, sighed at Lorna's side.
Should we just leave them to have their row? I'd much rather spend time with my baby nephew.
She stopped listening to the 2 males and answered Holly.
I'm never one to turn down time with wee Jamie, but Fergus needs my help and should be by at any minute.
Oh? Holly asked.
What for?
Lorna smiled.
I can't tell you, child. It's a secret.
Not that Lorna was in on the secret herself. She only knew Fergus wanted her to talk with an old acquaintance. Since Lorna knew everyone in the clan and more than a few secrets about them, she'd help her son with just about anything he needed. She only hoped it was something that could help better protect Clan Lochguard. The attack 2 months ago still loomed large. It would take many more years to rebuild. Her dragon grunted.
We've rebuilt before and we'll rebuild again. Lochguard is strong. Aye, we are. But isolation doesn't work as well as it once did. Diplomacy is the future.
Holly opened her mouth to reply to Lorna's statement when Fraser closed the distance between himself and Ross.
Then let me ask her point blank.
Fraser looked to Lorna.
So how about it, Mum? Are you ready to ask this human to leave?
Holly frowned.
Fraser, that's my dad you're talking about. You shouldn't be so hostile.
Lorna placed a hand on Holly's arm, signalling she'd take care of the situation.
I think you need to go and take a dunk in the loch.
Fraser blinked.
What?
From the corner of her eye she saw Ross trying not to laugh. Clever male.
You heard me. Why you're hell-bent on kicking Ross out on his bum, I'll never understand. But, Ma'am, he's more than capable of taking care of himself,
Fraser added.
So? It's only Faye, Ross, and myself here now. I imagine Faye will leave soon, too, and I'd rather not be all by myself in this big house.
It took everything she had not to look at Ross. She and the human got along well. Maybe too well. Lorna had long ago sworn off taking a new mate. Jamie MacKenzie had been her true mate and love of her life. She had vowed never to betray him by taking a new male. Her dragon huffed.
It's been nearly 30 years. Not even Jamie would have expected us to be alone this long. Even if that's true, we're far too old to start dating now. I don't know the first thing to do. I do. We might be older, but we're not dead. If you're not going to let me fly any time I want, then you should find a male. Sex will make us both feel good. Shush, dragon. A friend is all I want. Maybe soon you'll stop lying to yourself. I know your feelings about him. Why deny it?
She did glance at Ross then. When he met her eye and winked, Lorna's heart skipped a beat. He was attractive, aye, but that wasn't enough for her. If she ever did find the courage to accept another male, she wanted someone to finish growing old with. And truth be told, Lorna wasn't sure if she was ready to open her heart to another male yet.